Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam and in humanity, I recall when the 7th of October happened and we saw images of fighters and normal Gazans pushing female soldiers, female Israeli soldiers around. To be quite honest, it made me feel uncomfortable, even though I know that those female soldiers were probably pointing their guns at Gazan children the day before. But it made me feel uncomfortable because I have a normal human response. Unfortunately, there are people who are mothers and fathers who have absolutely no response to the killing of Palestinian children, which is somehow a trait that Zionists possess. They are able to actually not care at all. They are able to not have those normal human reactions. Now, is this something genetic? Of course it isn't, because Zionism is a political belief. It isn't an ethnicity. But what it is it is a result of indoctrination. And we have seen how powerful the propaganda is, and how hypocritical and slippery the whole process is. I mean, if we look at not only the gaslighting, we actually see the brownwashing of what goes on now regarding the Israel-Palestine conflict. So you see the Americans who are vetoing anything in favor of Palestine are always brown Americans. You see our last two Home Secretaries have been brown. Suella Braverman still goes on her crusades against the Islamists, who I really don't know who they are because nobody's mentioned any organization name. They have brown-washed the International Criminal Court, where you can see that Karim Khan is dragging his tail in actually issuing arrest warrants. Karim Khan, whose brother is a prominent Tory. They've even gone to the extent of putting Lord Tariq Ahmed in the Middle East desk, presumably calling him an expert on the Middle East, making use of the fact that he is British Asian and seemingly Muslim, even though he isn't a Muslim. He's a Qadiani, and Qadianis aren't Muslims. By the recognition of the international Muslim organizations, the Qadianis are not Muslims. But you have got a seemingly Muslim person denying that there's a famine in Gaza, and denying that Israel is using hunger as a weapon.
UK government. Why is there a famine in Gaza?
Well, I think the straight answer to that is very much because of the restrictions which are imposed on aid getting in through the borders.
So, do you then believe that Israel is using starvation as a weapon of war?
I think those assessments we make constantly. I think the Foreign Secretary over the weekend again said very clearly about that there's no clean bill of health for Israel in any shape or form. There's constant reviews which take place on the way Israel is prosecuting this war. And I think Israel needs to recognize that the situation in Gaza, they as the occupying power under the Geneva Conventions have direct responsibilities, and they need to ensure that the food, the medicines, the support, the humanitarian aid that's needed needs to get in and get in now.
Yeah, and I wouldn't disagree with any of that, but if I could go back to my question, do you or does the UK government believe that Israel is weaponising food in terms of its delivery to Gaza? Is it using starvation as a weapon of war?
That's not the judgment the UK government has drawn, but what we have said very clearly.
This is all part of the propaganda arsenal that Israel employs. What we must do is we must be clever. We must be observant of these facts. So just because they show a brown face, it doesn't mean the guy's going to be with us. They have shown a brown face deliberately. I hope this information is of some use to you, and thank you.